Alright, so we're in child's pose, just in the middle of the mat. Taking the forehead down, and then just taking this time to reconnect with your breath. Breathing in and out of the nose here. Really working on finding that length in through your lower back. Length in through the back nape of the neck. And then just continue to breathe through the residue after those techniques that we've done just in the beginning of class. And taking about 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly bringing yourself up into your tabletop position. Palms are right underneath the shoulders. Coming into a few cat-cows. Rolling the shoulder blades back on your inhale. Tucking the tailbone under. And then exhale, rounding out through your spine. Breathing in and out of the nose. Taking a few more here, just moving with your breath. Feel free to be a little bit more creative. If the body wants to come into something else, like your puppy dogs, where the body moves from one side, getting right into that lateral plane, looking back behind you, trying to find the heels. Taking about 1 more round, and we're gonna meet in our downward dog. Tucking your toes under, reaching the hips nice and high, and then while you're here, just walk out through your dog, shake out the head, sway the hips a little bit. If you're feeling very heated today or aggressive, if you had a long day, if there's a lot going on mentally, find a few breaths in and out of the nose, more of that ujjayi style. If you're feeling a little bit more body aware and connected, nothing crazy emotionally is happening, then just come into a stillness and use your breath every exhale, shifting your heart palate toward the back. So keeping that engagement in through the muscles of your upper back. Naturally, your belly will pull in and back toward the spine. Eyes are looking just past your inner thighs here. Taking about 3 more breaths in and out of the nose. Good, walking the big toes together to touch. Inhale the right leg up toward the ceiling, hold it there, stacking your hips, and then pulse the right leg up. About 3 to 5 times, getting that tight right side glute squeeze. Deep runner's lunge, right foot steps in between the palms. Knee to heel alignment, dropping that back knee down. And you have an option here if you want to stay, this is enough. Or you could bring yourself up, knee lines up with the hip, and making sure that shin stays parallel, just toward the top of the mat. Roll those shoulder blades back. Now it doesn't have to be a deep posture. You're still staying upright and feeling that tailbone tuck more. You should feel it right there in through that inner thigh near the growing. And then just hold. Keep that engagement point in through your root. Palms can remain on the hips, or you can take those arms right up. Let's take about 5 more breaths in and out of the nose. Keeping that weight on the outstep of that front foot. Go a little bit deeper. 1 more breath. Good. Taking the palms to the floor or the blocks. Tucking the back left toe under, lifting up the knee, and then step the right foot back in the middle of your mat, and then drop your left heel down. Coming into a pyramid pose. Flat back on an inhale, straighten out through that right knee. Heels are about hips width, and then exhale, forward fold. Okay, you can keep those palms on the blocks, on the floor. You can interlace them behind the back if you want to have a little bit more of a challenge, or come into any kind of variation that you want. Pay attention that you're pulling that right hip back, so the hips are level, square to the top of the mat. Tip of the nose reaching toward the shin, and then just breathe ujjayi style in and out of the nose here for a few more. Good, palms to the floor, flat back, inhale. Eyes toward the top of the mat or the video if that's where it is. Taking the left foot forward so the big toes touch. Forward fold momentarily, exhale. Utkatasana chair pose. Bending the knees, shift the weight toward the heels. And then when you're ready, slowly reaching those arms up and then grounding the hips. Paying attention that you don't have too deep of a curvature in through your lower back. Ribs come pulling in, tailbone tucks, and then try to keep that chest lifting up so the scapula stays engaged. Okay, if this is too much, taking those palms just to shoulder height and then look to the top of the mat. You should be able to see your big toes. If you don't, scoot the bum back just a bit and then maybe take the hips a little bit lower. Okay, we're here for about 10 more seconds. Just continue to breathe through the heat. Good, pressing into the heels, stand up, arms up, fingers interlace, letting go of your index, cross the thumbs, and then just sway your body from right to left, left to right. Glue the palms nice and tight. Next time your body comes up to center, inhale, look up, lean back, squeeze the glutes, forward fold, exhale. Taking the palms to the shins, flat back, inhale. High plank pose. Back into your down dog, exhale. Nice strong breath here. Shaking out that head, just ensuring that there's no tension getting built. We're rather letting go of the heat collected, a lot of responsibility that we hold in those shoulders, and usually a lot of our emotions are in those hips. So just breathe through that discomfort. And like anything else, it's temporary, it's gonna pass. Just try to maintain your posture, maintain those palms staying rooted. There should be no gap between your palm and the mat. Taking about one more breath. Taking the big toes together to touch. Let's inhale your left leg up, hold it there, and again, pulse it up. 3 to 5 times, getting that strong left glute side squeeze. Deep runner's lunge. Stepping that foot forward, knee to heel alignment, dropping the back kneecap down, and then find your setup. That reflection pose, whatever you did from the other side here, paying attention to that lower back. Pull the ribs, slight squeeze through your right glute, and then set those shoulders back. The way you hold yourself in yoga is how you hold yourself day to day. So work on that proper posture, and then come into that expression, whatever it looks like for you. Front knee to heel alignment, weight on the outstep, so that kneecap gently treks to the pinky toe. Taking a few breaths here, keeping that focus. It's called a drishti gaze in yoga. Not allowing the eyes to wander too much. Just let your body settle in the posture, whatever is going on today. No judgment. Couple more breaths. Taking the eyes to look up, inhale. Palms to the ground or your block, exhale. Tucking that right toe under, lift up the knee. Stepping that left foot back and then dropping your right heel down. Flat back on an inhale to reset, straightening out through the knees. And then hinging right from the crease of your hips, forward fold. Feet are about hips width, okay? Just so you have a greater range of motion, mobility to pull that left hip back. And then leading with that chest, relaxing the head. Crown of the head is about parallel to the mat. And then just breathing right into the back of that IT band, getting right into that vagus nerve. If there's lots of sensation, you can always bend the knees a little bit, take those blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use a chair. Taking a few more breaths here. Micro adjusting every exhale. Good, inhale your flat back. Eyes to the top of the mat or to the video. Shift the weight so the right foot steps forward, big toes touch, forward fold, exhale. Utkatasana chair, inhale. Find your grounding. Find your posture. And taking a few more breaths here, even challenging yourself this round. Getting into the ankle joints, lifting up the heels by a couple of inches. Maybe you could even take the hips a little bit lower while maintaining heel height. That main option, of course, is just remaining in your classic chair. Taking your final 2 breaths. Same release that we did before. Heels down, stand up, arms up, inhale. Interlace the fingers and then sway from side to side, letting go of the index, cross the thumbs. Bringing your body back up towards center. Exhale, palms to prayer. Bastrika for 10. You're going to take the palms around the rib cage. This is a breathing technique. You're focusing that AH exhale out of the mouth like you're fogging up a mirror, okay? Micro bend to the knees, slight tuck to the tailbone, taking an inhale. Exhale here. Really push the air out. Doing great. Final 5, close the eyes. Let's do 2 more. And last inhale. Inhale. Breathing normally, taking the palms just in front of the heart, closing the eyes, pressing your thumbs against the sternum. Your thumbs represent your ego. We're pressing it against the heart, so we find a little bit more of that surrender. Finding that connection between mind and body. Taking 3 more breaths. Good, gently start to blink the eyes open, stepping the feet about hips width or a little bit wider if you choose. We're gonna finish today already in a squat, okay? So if there's lots of tension, you can always use your block underneath your hips, or you can just allow the hips to hang, your toes point out a little bit. Palms are in prayer in front of the heart, elbows are anchoring the knees out. Once you set up, try to soften through your glutes. Relax those shoulders, so again, your posture is nice and long today, and then try to keep that chin parallel. We're taking the last few breaths here, in and out of the nose. If you feel tension through the neck, you don't have to wait for me. Shake out the head a little bit from side to side. If there's a lot of that external heat, it'll help by exhaling out of the mouth. And what I mean by that, if there's a lot that's been going on today or in the last week, usually in regards to the emotional sheath, the emotional body, then you use your pranayama, you use your breath to be able to find that equilibrium. Okay, so take about 2 more. We're going to be getting ready for Shavasana coming up. Feel free to put on your socks or your sweater, getting a blanket ready. Slowly release, and then setting back.